Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing a quick sketchbook tour video here from Inktober 2020. Um, yeah, let's get started. I've never really done anything like this before, so you've got to bear with me. I might be stumbling over my words a lot, and if I can get this thing open. Oh my god. Well, this is a good start, is it? Basically, yeah, this sketchbook, if anyone wants to know, it was actually a gift I got from someone when I was out in the Philippines. So I don't actually know what it is, what brand it is. If you just type in journal online, you could probably find it. Um, that's from last year's Inktober. Let me just skip to this year. So if anyone wants to see a sketchbook tour on last year's Inktober, just quickly go through it there. Let me know, because the thing is, I would have done it and I would do it now. It's just this paper is really not good for long-lasting artwork. It's amazing to draw on, like it's so smooth. Like it's the working with fine liner pens on this is just like no other. I usually work with Strathmore tone tan paper, but for using fine liners with this just beats that completely. Um, but and I don't know how, why, what paper density and all that stuff. It's very thin paper, but for long lasting work, it's not good at all. It really fades, and this is from last year. And if I go to like an example like this, it's it's just faded so much since last year. I just don't know. It's just the work doesn't look as nearly as good as it does when I first did it. So if you guys still want to see it, I don't know if I will make a video on it or not. I mean, it's way out of date if I were to, but I don't know. You guys already seen my artwork from then anyway, so it's okay, I guess. Anyway, Inktober 2020 day one was fish. I basically ended Inktober last year with a drawing from Super Mario, if you quick look. Basically, it's a nod to my childhood. I used to draw Super Mario all the time when I was younger because I was just obsessed with Super Mario growing up as a kid. So I basically just decided to draw a cheap Jeep from Super Mario Bros. Easy one to kick off Inktober with, I think. This one, um, it was actually my most well received drawing from Inktober, already from day two, and it was like the highlight of my entire challenge. um, yeah, it's my most liked photo. It was like my most saved. The reach on it was ridiculously high. Like it even outdid some of the posts that I've promoted, and I don't know how or why, but Instagram's algorithm, I'll just never figure it out. Because like in my opinion, I've done way better work than this before, but they don't nearly get enough attention as this did. But then again, it was the very beginning of the month when everything's hot at the moment, because like everyone was, it's the beginning of October, everyone's eager to get their stuff seen and get out there. Um, yeah, I basically this was today. So that word prompt was Wisp, and I decided to do Marla Singer from Fight Club. It was the iconic scene that you see where she drags a cigarette, and in slow motion you see like the smoke going up. Um, yeah, it was okay. I'm really pleased with it though. It's I guess you guys like if you guys like it as much as you did, it's got to be something about it. Like maybe it's like is it the monochromatic? Is it just the black and gray style? I don't know. But yeah, that was day two. This one as well. This was really well received as well amongst you guys. I know a lot of you like this one. Even I was impressed. I mean, it's I mean, from the size proportion of the sketchbook, I am actually pretty shocked at how I managed to pull off some of the detail in this. Like, I'm not sure if you can tell, but the camera quality is not the best, I don't think. But either that or my lighting in here is terrible. Um, but yeah, like I managed to just nail some of the features on this, and I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything. I'm just saying I'm really, really pleased with how this one turned out. But I know you guys liked it as well because even from like day 15, 16, halfway through the month, basically, I still had people coming back to this to like this, and also a lot of people sharing it as well. I had this featured on like 3 art feature accounts, which I'm really appreciative of. That really meant a lot when I see people share my work. So this one I absolutely love on a personal level because I just love the video game. The day the word prompt was radio, and it's I did a design on the video game Firewatch. It's such a good game. For like not so much for gameplay, I suppose. It's more for like the narrative of it. The story is just it's amazing, and the art style of the game as well is what I really like. It's the art style was made by Ollie Moss. I actually studied him and his work through college. I said all this in my video of my time lapse drawings I did of these, but yeah, I just wanted to replicate his style, do the Firewatch icon, and then add in my style of the radio. Really good game, and I was really happy with how this one turned out. So this day prompt, word prompt, this was Blade. I said at the beginning of the video that my Super Mario Bros. Uh, drawing, I basically did all that throughout my childhood, but the second thing I used to draw the most as well was samurai swords. I used to just love anything. I mean, I still do now, but like Japanese, anything Japanese, I'm a sucker for that. So I basically, as a kid, I used to just draw like it would be nothing. It would just be like no design, no like samurai warrior. It would just be a straight up sword. So I just thought I'd do something here. I haven't done anything like this in years, so it was really fun to get back into something like that, you know, because this just came naturally to me, really, just drawing a samurai sword. Well, it's a tanto sword. It's not really a katana, but yeah. Day 6 was rodent. I really struggled with this one to begin with. I mean, I said in the video as well, in my time-lapse drawing, that this just, I had no idea what to do for this one. Like, I mean, for something interesting, I mean, I could have just drawn anything, like an actual rodent, but that was just boring. Like, I really didn't find any inspiration from anything. I was searching for the entire day to try and find something um, that even appealed to me the slightest. Uh, but I actually am surprised of how well I managed to pull off something from nothing, basically. It's the meme of the hamster um, who throws up the peace sign. I'm sure loads of people know this image, they know what it is. And I just added my own little design around it to show that it was like meant to be from the meme. So I added like Instagram likes and Facebook reacts and stuff like that. So yeah, I was really pleased with how that one turned out. So day 7 was fancy. Um, again, I didn't really know much to do. I didn't really know what to do for this one, really. Uh, it is what it is, I guess. Fancy. Like I just think of like wine and grapes as something fancy or classy. That sort of style of Uh, I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. It's basically just it is what it is. It's just I thought that's what fancy is. Not my best one. I know some people like it, but nah, I'm a bit disappointed with the background here and all that. But it's okay, I guess. I took the tattoo approach to the tattoo style approach because I get a lot of my inspiration from tattoo work, if anyone can actually tell. Here was another Fight Club drawing. I'm not sure if it's you can tell. I mean, I'm sure most fans of Fight Club could tell this is Brad Pitt, but if you see any fan art of um, Fight Club, uh, it's always fan art of Brad Pitt. It's always the standard spiky blonde Brad Pitt with the red leather jacket. But this is him towards the end of the film, where he had a very different look. Um, Basically, the word prompt was teeth, and why I came up with this was because, if any of you don't know, there's the story of Brad Pitt where he he actually chipped his front tooth, and he's still got that to this day. If you can actually go look, go Google Brad Pitt smiling or something, you can actually see a little nick in his tooth. I probably exaggerated it a bit much in the drawing, but it is there. um, yeah, he just thought it would make his character of Tyler Durden more authentic, so that's why he did it, and that's like proper like method acting. That's that's crazy. I mean, especially if you're Brad Pitt, like when you look as good as that, and you want to, I don't know, ruin your face like that. It's a bit shows how serious he was about the film role. But I think it's with the drawing anyway. I don't know. I'm not really that happy with it. I know I probably just did a complete 180 there, but no, yeah, the drawing. I don't know. I needed something else. It's just that. It's just his head. There's nothing to it. It's just a boring portrait, I think. But I know a few of you guys liked it, so that's okay with me, I guess. This one I'm really happy with. Straightforward. Day 9 was throw. Yeah. It's just a grenade design. I used a reference image I found on Pinterest, I think it was, but it was like it was just like line work. So it just there wasn't any color in it. So I was really pleased with how well I did the shading and the coloring and the texture on the grenades and all here. Like, and the metal, it just really has that gritty look to it that I really wanted to try and get across, and I feel like I really captured that, and especially with these little glowing bits here as well. That's a new technique I actually learned recently with the colorless blender from Winsor & Newton's brush marker set. You that just as a blender it doesn't work, but you can actually use it for really cool techniques like the fading outness, like trying to fade colors into one another that shouldn't blend. It ain't gonna work, but with the colorless blender you can actually fade things out, and it gives off a really nice effect, if you can see that. So yeah, happy with that one. I really like this one. This is one of my favorites from this Inktober. Day 10, Hope. Any Star Wars fans, you obviously know. The rebellion symbol in the background. It's like the symbol of hope. Princess Leia, her famous one-liner is "You're my only hope." So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this one came about. Just even like the glowing on it's like the hologram effect that you see in all of the Star Wars movies. The way Princess Leia came out. It's Princess Leia from the end of the original Star Wars: A New Hope. It's not the standard you see of the swirly hair, but yeah, really happy with the composition of this one. That's what I'm most proud of with this. It's just came about really nicely, and especially how well I managed to capture the detail in the face. I was actually really pleased with that. Like I said with the rock one, I'm working very small here. Like if you can see, like her face is almost the size of my thumb. Like that's working extremely small. So I'm pretty pleased with how well I got the detail on that. Yeah, I kind of sleep on this one a bit. For some reason I just forget this one is part of my collection, like my drawings. I don't know how many people are gonna get it or how many people know it unless they have it explained to them. Um, Day 11 was disgusting. If anyone's seen the video, then you'll completely recognize this. But it's the Scottish lady that yells at her two kids for not flushing the toilet. Very funny viral video. I think it's worldwide viral. I hope, because otherwise it's just big here in the UK. Um, I just yeah. So it's from that, and again with like the hamster one I did. I tried to make it look like it was from the internet, so I did like the poo emoji, puke emoji, just to add some sort of like comedy element to it. Because otherwise it would just be a picture of an old hag. uh, Number 12, day 12. That was slippery. So I actually don't like this one. I I Here's the thing. I can't seem to grasp doing blonde hair in all of my works with marker pens. I have yet to find like a way to replicate actual blonde hair. Like I know that like it's got to be that real fine line between um brown and yellow. And if you add too much brown, then it just looks like brown that's glowing, or has a gold looking effect. If it's too yellow, then it just looks too fake, and that's what really bugs me because on all of the portraits or anything I've done with blonde hair, I just can't seem to get a hang of it. So I'm still trying to learn that. But it's not just the hair I'm actually not too pleased with. It's the background, uh, the eyes. I darkened his eyes a bit too much. Um, yeah, so 12 was Slippery. If any of you don't know, obviously the album Slippery When Wet. It was another word prompt where I just had no idea what to do. I was really just stuck on anything that was appealing to me, anything. I couldn't find any inspiration from anything. So this was the best I could come up with. It was pretty lame, but it's okay, I guess. I think it was my mum's favorite. I explained that in my time lapse video. Uh, yeah, because my mum's a huge Bon Jovi fan. I don't think I actually said that. Yeah, there's basically, yeah, if any of you don't know, this is just a portrait of Bon Jovi, or John Bon Jovi. So this one is actually one of my favorites of all of my drawings from both Inktober's. Um, I'm just such a huge fan of the Uncharted series, and yeah, I'm surprised I don't actually do enough artwork from Uncharted. I mean, considering it is literally my favorite, it generally is my favorite gaming franchise of all time, probably. Um, yeah, so the word prompt was Dune. This is from Uncharted 3 when Nathan Drake is walking through the desert. If you can see all the sand dunes in the background here. Again, I'm just really pleased with how this one turned out, how the detail I managed to capture. I'm not too pleased with the scarf, but it's okay. It's not enough to ruin it for me. I'm just really pleased with the composition of it all. Um, like the ragged, rough edge around the border here as well gives that really Uncharted aesthetic. Uh, yeah, really happy with that one. Also, funny thing, when I posted this, obviously 13th of October, I had no idea, but that was actually what was it? The 9th? No, no, the 12th. 11th, I think. The 11th anniversary of Uncharted 2. So it was kind of ironic that I did a Nathan Drake portrait of when it was like an actual event from Uncharted, so that was pretty cool. Another really, really great one that I like. Don't hate me. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I have actually yet to see The Mandalorian. I've been dying to watch it, but it's just another streaming service. I just, I don't know. I'm not willing to pay Disney, considering they took down my Baby Yoda drawing on Redbubble. Greedy kids. um, yeah, The Mandalorian. This was for armor. Star Wars all around has some really crazy, cool looking armor. So to do The Mandalorian, which has like this chrome effect, like that metallic shine, I just really wanted to try and do that. Um, and I think I really captured it well. It took me a long, long time to do this one. I did a few real-time drawings soon after this, where I actually filmed in real time and uploaded it to my YouTube channel, but I swear to God, this one took me probably around like 3 hours. It was, yeah, it was just all the detail, really. It's just all the little, it's horrible. It's such a small drawing as well, but you can see all the different, it doesn't, hardly any of it shows up that well. I know you guys like this one though, so I'm happy with that. It's another one of my favorites from you guys. Actually, yeah, this one, I don't actually look back at this one as much as I should do. 15 was Outpost. This is basically from when Ellie and Dina go to the outpost or the lookout in Jackson at the beginning of The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, it's the part where they're at the balcony and they're looking over, and so there's an option in the game, obviously, where you can scribble down one of your first notes in the game. So in Ellie's journal, yeah, I decided to do that. The thing with this drawing is that I kind of improvised all of it. The only thing I looked up was like a side view of Ellie's face, but even that was hard to get. I mean, I messed up her hair like 3 times. I got the wrong hairstyle. I didn't even notice when I played the game that she had different hairstyles like this, but I was drawing the first hairstyle where she has a bun up here, and then it droops down like long waving hair. But here, it's like all tied back towards. I can't really explain it. It's just different hair. But, I am really happy with how it turned out though, because I'm really bad at anatomy as well and trying to get accurate body proportions. So I improvised all of this, like where she was like writing in her journal from like a side view aspect, and then the whole background, I just looked at the still image. But then I changed the sky, because in the game it's very gloomy, dark. It's like a misty morning type of thing. But I just for the art style, just to give it a little bit more character, I just thought I'd change the sky to something a little bit more pretty. Well, yeah. Oh god. Oh man. I was hoping I didn't have to talk about this one again. I don't know how well this one was received. I'm pretty sure most people thought I was a bit weird for choosing this, but 16 was a rocket. I didn't really make it as clear as I should have. It looks like I just drew a picture of Kim Jong-un as if I'm supporting him, but I mean, I try to make it a joke. It's Kim Jong-un wearing Elton John glasses, Rocket Man, which is what Donald Trump called him. uh, I shouldn't have added this, because this makes it look like it's propaganda. um, I just can't, yeah, I don't have much to say on this one. I love the video that I made on it though. I mean, I really tried to make it a comedy, like, video. I'm really pleased with how well I made it funny. I even took like an end clip from the interview they did, the film The Interview, where it's like a mock on Kim Jong-un. Yeah, and I added that at the end of the clip, and it just all came about really funny looking. But for people who didn't watch the video and just saw this photo, They're probably thinking I'm a bit strange. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, 17 was Storm. Going back to my tattoo approach, I have done in my previous artworks, not even Inktober artworks, but just in general. This style, the old school style, traditional Sailor Jerry, I don't know how many names it's got. you know, just like traditional tattoo flash. That is what I'm most comfortable with in drawing, really. This just comes naturally to me. I can just doodle this stuff. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And I like the video as well. I was really pleased with the video and how this one came out. Because the 17 was Storm, and the way I made the video, it had like that sort of vibe where it was almost like the calm before the storm. And I thought that was actually a pretty cool element that I didn't even realize I was doing at the time of making the video. It just came about like that, and halfway through I was like, that's actually pretty neat. Yeah, pretty straightforward, just a pirate ship tattoo design in the storm. Yeah. Trap. Day 18 was Trap. So I decided to do the jigsaw puppet and one of the cassette tapes. I was really liking how this one was looking, really liking how it turned out, until I added this green, this turquoise color in the background. Yeah, it just ruined everything. I don't really know what else to say about it. I just can't explain it properly, but I wish you could. If you could see it in the video, in my time-lapse drawing I did of it, you can actually see what it looked like before it had that, and it looked way better. It's basically these are jigsaw pieces, but it all blends in. Like once this green was added, the impact of it just went away for some reason. I thought I would add the turquoise because it was like, it's a really nice complementary color to like a blood red. But it just, yeah, I don't know, don't like it. I like this though. Kind of pleased with how this whole area turned out. The cassette tape. So this one, day 19 was Dizzy. This one actually had me a bit annoyed because we had the word prompt Dizzy last year, and I struggled with that a lot last year as well. Okay, I'll go back to it quickly. It was this one, day 24, Dizzy. I decided to do a whiskey on the rocks because I thought, being drunk is like being dizzy. It was a lame idea here because I had no inspiration and no idea what to do for that. So this one was even harder to come up with something interesting. Trying to come up with something again that wasn't what I already had in mind. I basically leaned more towards like the optical illusions, and I was originally gonna just do a boring like swirl, like like the hypnotic things, and that was just lame. So I did some more further research looking into things, and then I came across an image like this and I was like, oh yeah. So, and it's not meant to make you dizzy, but it's something that just looks weird. It makes your eyes go funny if you look at it, and I hope I got it to do that. If you look at the image, it really messes with your mind, but for the drawing, I don't know, because you really have to get everything identical, otherwise it just won't work. The effect of it just won't work. So yeah, the double mouth and the four eyes. Does it work? Then I just added my own little funky design in the background there. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but I'm annoyed at the word prompt. Sorry, my cat's being annoying. Yeah, day 20 was coral. Again, another one I just really had no inspiration for. It's just you just can't think outside the box for this one. I said this in my video, like some of these word prompts are really just straightforward. Like coral, you can't do much with coral. You have to draw actual coral. So I just didn't want to do anything that I know everyone else would be doing, but I had no choice. So I just did an underwater themed drawing. I guess it came out alright. I've done similar stuff like this before, but it's just not what's appealing to me, really. I'm just not motivated to do any sort of art style like that. So day 21 was sleep. I basically chose this one because it's the Lo-Fi Study Girl from the Chilled Cows radio stream on YouTube, the lo-fi hip hop beats to chill. No, what's it called? To something chill and study to, or something like that. But it's music, lo-fi music is pretty much what you just put on as in the background. Sets the mood. It's really calm, relaxing. So it's sort of like helps you sleep. Something that I think helps you anyway. It's just relaxing. But it's also a bit of like an irony post as well, because it's like, you know, I've been in the situations where I can't sleep, so I stay up to like 4 in the morning just drawing, doing my own stuff. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure most people can just relate to this sort of staying up all throughout the night, listening to music and chilling out, really. Yeah. Day 22 was chef. This part in the month was where I really was starting to struggle. I've just started a new job, a new design job, and so to juggle that full time with getting Inktober work done as well was really difficult. This was like one of the first ones of the month where I couldn't make a time-lapse video for it. And it was a bit annoying because that's what I wanted to do for every drawing I did throughout this month, was to try and get a video done, like a good narrated time-lapse of it. But either way, I still like how this drawing came about. I should have just chose something more interesting. I'm sure loads of people related to Gordon Ramsay or famous people for chef. Yeah. Nothing much to say, it's just Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. This one, really, really happy with how this turned out. 23 was Rip. Obviously, people had the choice whether they wanted to do, like even Inktober put it out themselves. He made a statement saying, like it can mean either thing, like rip as in ripping paper, or rest in peace. So I thought it'd be a nice sort of like memorial type thing. Not memorial, what do you call it? I don't know. Just something in memory of Chadwick Boseman, who sadly passed away this year. So I just did like his, the Black Panther frame with Chadwick in the middle, or T'Challa. Is that his name? Oh, I'm probably gonna make a lot of fans angry. I'm a big fan of Marvel as well. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But yeah, really happy with how this one turned out, and I'm really happy with how the video turned out as well. I did a time-lapse for this one. If I'm not mistaken, it's my last full-length time-lapse. Is it? No, my next one was. But yeah, I was really happy with how it turned out. and I know a lot of you guys liked it as well. I some of the comments I got from this one was just so nice. I don't often get that many compliments and honest feedback, and it really meant a lot when I was reading a lot of you guys showing your appreciation for this piece. Yeah. 24 dig. For when Inktober first I gave out the prompt list this month, this word and the word after it, I had no idea. I jotted down stuff in my notes, like things I could potentially do, but then change afterwards. But I just throughout the entire month leading up to this day, I I just had a question mark next to it. I just did not have a clue what to do from this because it was such a boring word prompt. Dig. I was thinking of like just a dog digging. Like it was just lame. So I actually went to my dad for help on this one, and he came up with the idea of uh, when they uncovered Tutankhamun's sarcophagus. Which when I did my research into it, yeah, the Howard Carter and his team dug up or uncovered Tutankhamun in his tomb in 1922. So I just did an interesting take on that. Basically, if my profile picture on my art page from the day I created my art page has always been the Tutankhamun that I originally did in like when was that 2018. So this I changed it up a bit. I added the same sort of design, like the same element, like this part here. I don't know what you call this, but that and this part here and this, that is just a complete take from my previous drawing, and I changed up some of the other patterns and made this more realistic. But I changed that and then added the skull just to make it completely different because I didn't want to just do a complete rinse and repeat of my old drawing. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I'm just, yeah, I know you guys liked it as well, so maybe I could have this potentially be my new profile picture. I mean, I'm due for a change. I mean, I like to think my artwork has gotten a lot better in the last 2 years, so yeah. Oh god, I hated this. Buddy. That was it. 25 buddy. Terrible, terrible word prompt. Oh, it made me angry. Oh, I hated it. I just don't know what to say. I was thinking of Buddy Holly, but then again, I just don't know anything about the guy, and so I just didn't want to do anything to do with that. So I actually came up with like iconic duos or good friends in TV or movies, and I just came with Stewie and Brian. But it's just because it's a style that's already made, so I can't say that this is mine. I just copied a picture of Stewie and a picture of Brian, and it's pretty much just a waste of my time. Well, the only thing I like about it is the white border. I mean, that's my own gimmick in it. It's just my white gel pen that I add on all my drawings. But yeah, I just not happy with that. Probably my least favorite drawing of all of my Inktober ones I've done. I know a lot of people are gonna like it because they like Family Guy, but for me, it's just what a waste of a day. 26 Hyde. I chose to do Michael Myers. I'm not sure how many people could tell that it was. I showed my mum this. My mum is a huge fan of the original Halloween movie, and she didn't even know what this was. So that kind of boosted my confidence a bit about posting this. Not by much. I don't know if I said that correctly just then, but basically, yeah, if my mum's a big fan of the movie and she didn't even know who this was, I mean, Jesus. um, yeah, Michael Myers. I mean, I took the design from the recent Halloween movie though. So maybe that's why my mum couldn't tell who it was, because it's not the plain white mask. It's the one where he's got a mask that's all like old looking and rough and gritty. Uh, I just yeah, hide. I chose this because it's like the standard in all horror movies. Oh, for God's sake. My cat's scratching to come in. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Sorry about that. um, yeah. So what I was saying, it's the standard in all horror movies to like hide from the killer. So that was literally just why I chose to do this. Also, it being closer to Halloween, I thought it'd be appropriate to do something like this. Yeah. Oh God, another one I really don't like. Um, like I was saying, I was juggling doing these Inktober drawings with like the new job I'm doing. So all my later stuff I really don't like as much as when I first started Inktober. But yeah, this was just I wasted this word prompt. This had so much potential. Day 27 music. I was just ready to just knock this on the head, like get a really good drawing done. Like I was thinking of like Corey Taylor from Slipknot because of all of his masks. That would have been so cool to do. Um, but then again, I thought I just did something similar to that, so I thought, nah, I won't do that. Then I was like, my favorite band, King 810, but I've already done a portrait of David Gunn from last year's Inktober. And then I guess Korn is like my only other favorite band to do. But by the time I came around to choosing an idea of what to draw, I had hardly any time left in my day. I literally stayed up to 3 in the morning doing this. And I had work the next day at like 8. I just really wasn't happy with how this turned out. It was going well. It's basically I haven't really said what it is yet. It's Jonathan Davis's mic stand from Korn. Um, it's the very iconic mic stand. It's basically their signature look. Is when you think of Korn, you think of the guys with dreadlocks, or you think of the band with the wacky mic stand. Um, this mic stand actually was designed and created by H.R. Geiger, who, if you don't know, he does all like the concept artwork and the designs for like the Alien movies. Um, very great stuff. He's got some really nice artwork that he's put out. I say he has put out. He did put out because he sadly passed away. Um, but yeah, I don't like this. Like I was saying, it was going really well when I was just drawing the mic itself, but it's the design in the background that I just hate. I don't know what I was doing. I was in my head, I had it imagined looking way better, but I think I struggled on what colors to choose. And the problem I did was that I chose too close of a color to what this is. This is meant to be like a chrome, so silverish with tints of blue and all that in there. But I just did like I faded it out into like a sort of like lava lamp effect, and it just looks terrible. I don't know what else to say. Not happy with that. It just confuses it. Even with the white border around this, it just doesn't look right. It just looks messy and is probably my least favorite Inktober drawing I've ever done. That was a really bad day for me. Okay. Now, from that one aside, from like one of my least favorite designs to probably one of my best, like one of my favorites. I'm actually surprised. A few people asked, um, on my Instagram when I posted it. They were saying, "Oh, it's really great. It's great work, but how does this relate to Float?" And okay, I guess I did kind of make it look more like a milkshake, or what do you call it, like an ice cream sundae? I don't know. It's an ice cream float. Um, it's like a traditional thing in America, I think. Sorry to all my American fans. I don't know. I've only had it once, and I personally think it's disgusting. It's Coca Cola or root beer, um, and with a dollop of ice cream in it, and it's really not nice. Although I made it look nice, I'm happy with how this turned out. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I basically changed my style a little bit with this one. I didn't do any fine liner work. The only fine liner pens I used was to add the border. I just did a fine liner, I think it was like a 0.3 around here, just all around, yeah, and just left everything else up to be more of like a realism based drawing. And I was really happy with how that turned out. I don't do much like that, but small scale wise, I do realism stuff in my bigger sketchbooks, but for this, this is a first, and I was happy with how this one turned out. Yeah, I'm yeah, again with this one, I'm really happy with how this turned out. 29 shoes. I I despise drawing shoes. I told this story in my cat. Okay, I probably just it probably I just cut this to the next scene. I got my cat out of my room. She was doing my head in. She likes to come up and stroke my iPad. I'm basically filming with a setup, if you can see. I'm using my Copic markers box, and then I put a pint glass on top of it, and then just put my iPad on top of that. So my setup is just so poor. That's how I've been doing all of my time-lapse drawings this month as well. There's a little secret you probably didn't know. Some of the most expensive art supplies you can get, and I can't even dish out 20 quid on a tripod. Like, I just find that kind of funny. But yeah, basically my cat comes up and tries to stroke herself against my iPad, and it's, I don't know. Anyway, 29 shoes. I don't like drawing shoes at all, because during my college days I had a college project which went on forever. Like, I mean, it was every day in college where we had to just do research and annotations and then come up with designs of shoes, and it's just, how boring of a project could you give someone? I mean, I'm trying to do art and design in college, to help with my drawing skills and come up with, like, not help with my drawing skills, I don't know, it was just something I was into. But to do shoes, and it went on for like, it was like a 2 month project, I think, and it was just so boring. And ever since, I just despise doing anything with shoes. But all that aside, I really am happy with how this turned out. I like the Back to the Future movies, and so if any of you don't know, this is the Nike Air Mags from Back to the Future Part 2. The self-tying laces that Marty McFly puts on. Um, yeah, happy with how this turned out. It's like, especially like the shaded parts up here on the laces, it really looks like they go within inside the shoes. And this effect, I've done this before, like the it's like yeah, like the glowing neon blue. I didn't I did this not knowing, but my last few drawings of the month, I did this sort of white gel pen blue glow just by chance. I didn't mean to do it, but I'm really happy with how that effect. I love doing that. It's such a satisfying effect to do. Doing anything that looks like it's glowing. It's really cool. And I did the same similar sort of funky pop style background that I did on my other word prompt for Dizzy. So yeah, that was Really, really nice, that one. Yeah, ominous. The whole month, I thought that ominous was anonymous. I don't know why it just slipped my mind every time I looked at the prompt list. And I came up to it was a good thing I double checked. I was like, ominous. So I Googled it. And I was like, that means nothing what I thought it was. Like, I just read that as anonymous for some reason. I can't explain why. It's just, my mind just tricked me, I guess. But I had to quickly change up my idea for what I was going to do. And that's when I struggled. I mean, I couldn't think of much. So that's when I finally came. I think it took me a good while, but I did finally come up with an idea, which I think I think it does match the word prompt. I hope it does. Basically, it's the end of God of War. The game's such a great game. um, but it ends on the cliffhanger. I'm sorry, spoiler warning here. Ends on the cliffhanger where it's either it's part of the dream or they awaken from the dream, and he steps out of this house, and all you see is like Thor with his hammer, like, so it's like Ragnarok is coming, like Thor is coming, and so it's like that ominous, like the fear of danger is approaching, or is that's what it means, right? I hope that's what it means. Anyway, I did Thor's hammer from the end of the game, and I did that blue effect as well. It's like shining blue, like, because the new gameplay, well, not the new game, the new trailer dropped, teaser trailer for God of War Ragnarok, and they've gone with that whole snowy themed where it's turned blue now. So I did that. Yeah, 30. Yeah, this is the last one. 31. Cruel. I didn't really know what to do with this one. The only thing I was thinking of was like babies, and I was set and ready to do like a picture of Jack from The Incredibles, but that was just so boring. And it's not like I like the movie. I mean, I probably last watched that when I was like 10 years old. So I don't know why I just had my mind fixed on drawing Jack from the film The Incredibles. But then I came up with this just hit me suddenly. I was thinking all throughout like movies and stuff, what could match Cruel? And so I decided to do the zombie Iron Man from Spider-Man Far From Home, when Peter Parker has that hallucination and he sees like, yeah, Iron Man crawling out of the grave and heading towards him, and really cool scene in the movie. So I just did that. I thought it'd be pretty neat, especially if it's on Halloween as well. I thought this being a horror themed looking thing, it would be pretty nice to do that for that word prompt. And that's that. That is the end of my Inktober sketchbook tour. That is from both Inktovers. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. I've only got a few pages left, but I've filled this completely, almost. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has followed me throughout the entire month of October during this challenge. I wasn't going to go into this, but I've been going through quite a lot in my personal life, I guess. I'm not going to say anything, not going to moan or complain or get into my private life, but just, yeah, so just keeping me going was doing this daily drawing challenge, and having your guys' support and your feedback, it was really helpful, really supportive. And yeah, I just look forward to the next day getting something done, and then hearing what you guys had to say and what you guys had to think. I love the community that is around when it's Inktober. It's just really, yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's liked, commented, shared my work, it really means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate it. So I just want to say another big thanks to all of you. You've been great. Yeah, so I'll probably be posting more artwork soon. So I got plenty more to upload. Yeah, so I hope you guys will look forward to seeing that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See you.